this ever happen to you? Let me talk you through a few ways to cast a baitcaster to ensure your next experience is a good one. Baitcasters are often overlooked due to their complexity, but once you understand how a baitcaster works, you'll understand how easy accuracy becomes. They're great for a variety of fish species, and if you hone your skills in on the basic techniques to using one, you'll become a better angler. The most common mistake with a baitcaster is the way that it's held in the angler's hand. Now, they are known as an overhead reel, referring to them being reel up, spool facing the sky, but to cast them the most accurate way, I've always found to have them slightly turned sideways, so the rod becomes an extension of the arm, and that is how we cast accurately with a baitcaster. All of a sudden, we can point at anything we want to cast at, and our lure is going to go exactly there because everything stays nice and straight. Now that our baitcaster is sideways, the arm extension is in place. When you're starting out, don't try and cast a lure really hard. Start off very softly, and it helps to put a second hand on the rod butt just to give you more control and exaggerate your cast up into the sky. Because what this will do is it'll give you time to stop your spool from overrunning. What happens with a baitcaster is when the lure hits the water, the spool will continually spool the line out, and this is where the frustration begins. So if you can get into the habit at the start of casting into the air, watching your lure and stopping it before it hits the water, you're going to prevent bird's nests every single time. You've just purchased your new baitcaster and you need to set it up. Fresh spool of line, everything's at factory settings. We don't know how it's going to perform. We're going to adjust everyone specifically to the lure weight. There's a few basic functions on a baitcaster to make your experience a lot more user-friendly, and they come from the forms of cast controls on either side of the reel. Most will have them these days. One's a magnetic, one's a brake. And basically how it works is when you disengage your reel, you can set the way the reel wants to spool off and what speed. The more advanced you become, the more freely you can have your reel spinning out. But as a beginner, if you're just learning, take our thumb off the spool and adjust our brake until our lure just falls off the rod tip. Of course, with every reel these days, we have a drag system, and these are in the form of a star below the handle. Tightened up increases the drag pressure, and obviously reversing it is going to free the drag up. That will all be dictated by what poundage of line and what fish you're targeting. My best piece of advice for anybody who wants to improve their bait casting skills is to get a 20-litre bucket, head down to the local park or in your backyard, tie on a sinker or a small lure, take the trebles off and cast that bucket from different angles to improve your accuracy, and next time you're out in the water, you're going to have a much more successful day fishing.